Hello guys, this is the quest video from the other sci-fi guy on his channel, who is really good. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, I do recommend it because he is absolutely fantastic. He's brilliant for Doctor Who, like for his opinions on Doctor Who stuff. And even as well, Star Trek stuff, because I just love Star Trek as well. Star Trek's my second favourite franchise for TV and movie-wise after Doctor Who. So, this video is basically a answer follow-up from his video he asked. Because he says, let him know in the comments or do a video on our channels and just tag him, like, add him into the actual comment section. And so we can actually sit down and see him. So this is my three the stories that I don't like from my favourite era. Now, my favourite era of Doctor Who is the Tom Baker run. As you can tell, I'm actually wearing his scarf and I've got his Sonic. This is a replica knitted by me mum for Tom's scarf from season 15 and of course season 16. I have got his other scarf from season 12 to 14, but I love this one because it's actually proper, like the actual scarf Tom used in season 15 and 16. I just love my favourite season for Tom has got to be season 14, because I do love season 14. Season 15 isn't the worst. Season 17 for me is the worst, but I don't like to think of it the worst because of one of my favourite stories is in that season, which is the City of Death. So anyway, let's get into it. So in third place, it is Destiny of the Daleks. Now, this one feels so out of place for the Dalek stories. I mean, I have tried, when I first watched this with my dad on VHS, I just loved it so much. I absolutely did love it growing up because it was my very first Tom Baker and Davros story. This is before I watched Genesis of the Daleks, way before Genesis of the Daleks, before the DVD version came out of Genesis of the Daleks, because it was very rare to get on VHS back in the day, so my dad never had the chance to get it with the Santon Experiment. So this was the very first time I actually saw a Davros and Daleks, Davros and the Fourth Doctor kind of story. Now, I think it's kind of weak round about now, because in this you got the Daleks digging for their for help to defeat the Mavellans, because the Mavellans have created a virus that can kill them. It seems more like the Daleks are very weak at this point, going to their creator for help, where in fact it just feels so out of character for them, specifically after they exterminated him in the last spot. Again, you could tell the mask is fit for Michael Wisher, but David, it's too small for David Goodison. It doesn't fit in properly. Again, this one just feels so out of place for other Daleks. If you think about all the Dalek stories we had in the 70s, like Day of the Daleks. Now, I don't like the original Day of the Daleks. I like the special edition because that one's a lot better. Planet of the Daleks, Death of the Daleks, Genesis of the Daleks, Resurrection of the Daleks, Revelation and Remembrance of the Daleks. They're all brilliantly for classic stories, even the stuff from the 60s. Then you come to this one. This is like the really bad 70s Dalek story. Really bad. Second place, I've had to put this one in second place because I don't really mind it, but it's just does irritate me a little bit because it's from the last part of the East Space trilogy. It is Warrior's Gate. Now, again, Warrior's Gate is okay in some aspects, but the thing that bugs me about this is just the way how Romana and K9 leave the Doctor after having basically 2 seasons, nearly 2 seasons of them travelling with the Fourth Doctor. They just decide to stay in East Space and leave. Well, K9 you can understand because the Time Winds have damaged him. But Romana, it just feels so out of place that this was her last story. I really think she should have stayed until the end of the season so you could have Tom and Romana both leave at the same time. Let's say if you had the Master kill Romana, or Romana goes back to Gallifrey during the story, and the Doctor's got to try and stop the Master. Because in Logopolis, the Doctor's on about going to Gallifrey anyway, so I think it would have been good if you would have had Lyanna Ward stay with the Fourth Doctor until Logopolis, and then like have them go to Logopolis to drop to Gallifrey to drop Romana off, and then go off to Earth to measure a police box with Adric. I think that would have been better, but it's what we got, and I just think it's so out of place for Romana just to say, "Oh, I'm staying in East Space, Doctor." Yeah, admittedly that she didn't want to go back to Gallifrey, but again, it just feels so out of place for her, and it just really does feel so out of place. And the episode story ain't that bad. It's just it's bad for certain parts of it, and again not. So yeah. My worst ever story for Tom. Well, my first dislike story I don't like for Tom. And I have to say this one because it just feels so out of character. It's the Leisure Hive, because it just feels so bad and cringy. You have a whole experiment to Taslionics, stuff like that. And I just don't like it how you got the Doctor, like, starts off at Brighton Beach, and you got the Doctor just sleeping in his chair on the beach with why K9 goes and blows up, and he pays attention like he doesn't actually care. And that's what the Doctor did love K9. When the Doctor goes like old, you can tell that John Nathan Turner turned around and says, let's just do that to piss Tom off, because Tom really didn't like John Nathan Turner at that point. He got on with, later on in the year, Tom Baker did get on with John Nathan Turner, but he never liked him at the start when he took over as show producer of Doctor Who. And you can actually tell that in this last season that Tom just basically stops caring after certain aspects. But in this, you could just tell when they turned the Doctor old, you could just tell it's like John Nathan Turner saying, let's just piss Tom off even more. It's just the way it feels like it. You can actually see it on the screen. You can actually tell in this actual film while they were filming. You can actually tell there's like some scenes where Tom's just like completely bored and just drained out. And I'm just, the Famazi are a bad not a bad alien design. There have been others, but I think that the Mazavi could have been a lot better. And then the aliens with like tit heads, with like bubbles on their head when they drop off and they die. I think they're kind of a good design, but yeah, that's mainly it. So this is my 3 dislike stories from my favourite era, and my favourite era is Tom Baker, because Tom Baker is my second Doctor I ever saw growing up. Because the first one I watched was Jon Pertwee, but I was born a couple of days before the movie went out, so, and the movie's 25 years old, so next Sunday I'll be 25, and then the Sunday after the movie will be 25. I was literally born like a week before the movie, so I'm really glad about that. I'm so happy to burst that out. Like, I'm literally the same age as the TV movie, by a week older. But Tom is just my favourite Doctor, because I have never seen an actor like Tom to play the Doctor just like themselves. Tom is just being Tom, being the Doctor. It's just such an iconic role for Tom. He's done it absolutely brilliantly well done, and I can't find a fault with Tom's Doctor. I just love the quirkiness, how alien the Doctor is, how silliness, how brilliant he is. I mean, would you like a jelly baby? My favourite scene for Tom is most probably from the Face of Evil, where he literally goes, drop your weapons or I'll kill him with this jelly baby. I find that really funny. So, thank you for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe and share to my channel. And if you're watching this, another sci-fi guy, your channel and your videos are absolutely amazing. Please carry on making them, because you are literally my second subscriber after the Doctor Who guide himself. So, thank you for watching and have a very, very good day.